What are you looking for? That's basically what Jesus told his disciples in John chapter 1. In other words, he's asking, what are you looking for in life? What's motivating you to do what you do? This is a tough question, but it's something that we really need to ask ourselves from time to time. And I want to unpack this question with you today. Stay tuned. Hey there, I'm Ryan Franklin, and I would love for you to join me every week as we explore leadership topics that'll help you get the clarity needed to move your organization forward. Just hit the subscribe button and the bell to get notified as soon as I post a new session. And before we get started, I do want to mention that I have a great product called the Christian Leader Blueprint. It's a solid model for leadership development to help you establish a better rhythm of life, to see yourself more clearly, to leverage your strengths, and to help you build more productive relationships. And I want to give it to you as my free gift. Just go to ryanfranklin.org and you can download the short guide for free today. And without any further delay, let's get to our session. In John chapter 1, verse 38 through 39, the disciples said to Jesus, "Rabbi," which means teacher, "where are you staying?" And he said to them, "Come and see." And they came and saw where he was staying, and they hung out with Jesus that day. And Jesus asked them what they were seeking. Now, this is such an important question, a question that we have to ask ourselves over and over again. What is it that I really want in my life? What does my heart really desire? What brings me passion? Because this is the question that'll determine how we live our lives, and it'll determine the motivation that we have to accomplish significant, big things for the kingdom of God, and to do it for many years to come. We all have personal ambition, personal desires. We have personal likes and dislikes to some degree, but when the answer to that question is mostly rooted in sort of a selfish motivation, that's when we struggle as Christians. Let me explain. Our world is a crazy world. I don't have to tell you that. You know that. It just is. There's all sorts of stress and strain everywhere you turn your head, from the pandemic to the economy, to social injustices, to the loss of jobs, to the loss of normalities in life. Everything is changing. And this can easily create stress and discouragement and feelings of wanting to quit and wanting to escape our circumstances. And this is not just in the secular world. This is also prevalent in the church world as well. And just trying to escape these circumstances seems like the quick way out of things, because the grass just seems greener on the other side. And if I just change jobs, or I change churches, or I change locations, it's going to help me through those tough things. It's going to help those things go away. And so it seems easier to just make the change. And it seems so hard to try to push through those things and stay in the grind that I'm in and finish strong. But it's important to realize that the grass is rarely greener on the other side. In fact, the same issues that we struggle with on one side of the fence, when we get on that side that we thought was greener, those struggles often just carry with us to the other side of the fence. And I'm not saying that it's not okay to make transitions and changes in life. We need to do that from time to time. But what I am saying is that if the issues are rooted within us, if we're discontent on inside of our own minds and our own hearts, then those issues they're not just going to go away because we change our circumstances. The issues within us will also come along with us. And one of the biggest things that I see in people who continually chase something better than their current circumstances is that they don't really know why. Why are they burnt out of their current situation? Why do they have no energy? Why do they have no motivation to press through the routines or struggles of life? And they have a hard time answering this question. What is motivating me to get up every day, to do the things that I do day in and day out? What's going to help me endure the tough things that may come my way? Where's my motivation coming from? What am I looking for in life? Now, to really give this subject justice, I have to recognize that we all have different passions and desires. We have different callings. We aren't all made the same. And I have to give ear to the fact that some people love things like art. Some people love business and finance. Some people just love to have fun. They bring joy and laughter everywhere they go. And some people love to analyze and figure things out. Some people love to structure things. And we have all sorts of different passions and desires and callings. But that's not exactly what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about the motivation behind that love for art and people and business and whatever your passion may be. What's the underlying motivation that gives you the energy to do those things when it gets hard, when life gets hard? So let me cut to the chase. Is it a self-serving motivation? Or is it a motivation to serve God and others? And that's really the question that I'm getting at when I say, what are you looking for in life? And if you want to be a great leader and disciple of Christ, it's so important that you push past those personal motivations and really get to the core of what's going to sustain your motivation for years to come. And for a Christian, it's going to come from loving and serving Christ and loving and serving others. It's all about the mission of Christ to serve others. 1 Peter 4:2 says that he no longer should live the rest of his time in the flesh to the lust of men, but to the will of God. And so even if you work in a secular job and you spend most of your time serving in a secular business, it doesn't really matter. You got to find the will of God to live the rest of your time pursuing the mission of Christ to serve others. And you can do that in whatever setting that you may find yourself in. And so I ask you again, what are you looking for in life? It can't be about money. It can't be just about position or power or influence. It must be about the mission of Christ to serve others. And this is the only sustaining way as a Christian to keep our motivation for many years to come. And as Christians, I would venture to say that if you're listening to this session, you probably have some sort of role in a local church. I hope you do. And I'm telling you now, if you don't have this settled in your mind, if your motivation doesn't come from the mission of Christ to serve others, I'm telling you now that you won't last for years to come. You're going to burn out, or something flashy is going to come by and distract you, or some opportunity, or maybe something tough may come your way that triggers you or derails your ability to serve in some way. Maybe someone hurts you or life just gets tough. You may have to settle it now. You do have to settle it now. What are you looking for in life? What's your motivation? And let me tell you this, the settling of this question is never actually complete. We have to learn to settle it regularly in our hearts. And that's why Paul said in 1 Corinthians 15, verse 31, I die daily. Paul understood the need to stay grounded to Christ and his mission on a daily basis. And this is what kept his motivation in the right place. It's what kept him looking for the right thing in life. And so to wrap this session up, I want you to evaluate yourself with a couple of questions that will hopefully keep you motivated and grounded to the mission of Christ. Number one, do you have a balance in your fear of failure? I covered this in the last session because too little fear of failure means that you may not be doing all that you can do for the kingdom of God, and it can leave you unmotivated to work hard. And too much fear of failure can easily sort of stall your progress as well and leave you even feeling scared to do big things for Jesus. And so it's important to work on finding a balance in your fear of failure in order to stay motivated and grounded to the mission of Christ. And then number two, are you more focused on deepening your character than growing your influence? Because there's no way that a person can sustain more influence, a bigger platform, more responsibility without deepening and growing his or her character, without working on seeing more of the fruit of the Spirit in your life. So focus on deepening your character, and your influence is just naturally going to grow. When you deepen your character, it shows that you are grounded to the mission of Christ. And then the last thing, number three, are you using your influence to grow others? If your motivation isn't right, you'll be focused on getting what you want at the expense of others. And if you're truly focused on the mission of Christ and serving others, you're going to use your influence to help develop others, to help them get what they want as you accomplish your God-given vision. This is a huge part of the mission of Christ. What are you looking for in life? This is a question that we have to regularly evaluate our motivation with. So let's stay grounded to the mindset of pursuing the mission of Christ and serving others. That's what I'm looking for. I hope this helps you in some way, and I hope you have a great day. God bless you.